This is wrestling's greatest moments.
Hey now, wrestling fans. It's time for another episode of Wrestling's Greatest Moments, Who's Dat Wrestler? Where we provide 5 clues and you have to guess the wrestler's identity. The less clues you need to get the answer, the better your score. Before we get started though, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Here are the rules. You have 5 clues to guess each wrestler's identity, that is, the wrestling name they're best known by. If you answer the question with the first clue, you earn 5 points. If you answer the question by the second clue, you get 4 points, and so on, with the 5th and last clue being worth 1 point. If you don't answer the question within 5 clues, you get a whole lot of nothing. Dare to play the wild card? If you're willing to take a risk, consider playing our wild card question. We'll give you the subject. The question could be easy, medium, or hard. You won't know until you play it. It's a multiple choice question, or as we used to say in school, a multiple guess. Answer it right, and you add 5 points to your score. Answer it wrong, and you deduct 5 points. Keep in mind, the wild card is optional. Here's an example. Category: The Road Warriors. Your difficulty is easy. Lucky you. Here's a question. Which of these tag team titles weren't held by the Road Warriors? 1. The AWA World Tag Team Championship. 2. The WWF Tag Team Championship. 3. The ECW Tag Team Championship. Or 4. The NWA World Tag Team Championship. The correct answer is 3. The ECW World Tag Team Championship. Good luck! Question 1. Easy. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on July 22nd, 1965, in Chandler, Arizona. This wrestler would be forced to retire due to injury in 1998, only to return to action in 2002. Clue number 2. This wrestler was trained by wrestler Jose Lothario, who also managed him in the WWF, helping guide him to his first WWF championship at WrestleMania 12. Clue number 3. This wrestler was involved in many historic WrestleMania matches, including WrestleMania 10's iconic ladder match against Razor Ramon. He earned the nickname Mr. WrestleMania. Clue number 4. This wrestler turned heel on his longtime tag team partner, Marty Jannetty, in 1992 during an edition of The Barbershop. Sherry Martel began managing this wrestler after his heel turn. Clue number 5. This wrestler had many nicknames, including the Heartbreak Kid and the Showstopper. He helped form D-Generation X with Triple H. Who's that wrestler? Who is Shawn Michaels? Question 2. Easy. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on May 4th, 1935. This wrestler was born in Hawaii, but he usually played a Japanese heel, earning the nickname The Devious One for his underhanded tactics. Clue number 2. This wrestler debuted in the Squared Circle in 1965, competing in his native Hawaii. There, he won his first title, the NWA Hawaiian Tag Team Championship, with Curtis Iokea. This wrestler excelled in tag team wrestling, including the WWF and WWF, where he held the tag team titles multiple times. Clue number 3. This wrestler debuted in the WWF in 1972, teaming with Professor Toru Tanaka to become the first 3-time WWF Tag Team Champion. He later teamed with Mr. Saito in the WWF, winning the WWF Tag Team Championship 2 times. This wrestler's use of salt to blind his opponents became a trademark cheating tactic. Clue number 4. This wrestler was known for his Tuesday Night Titan parodies with Don Morocco that poked fun at popular 1980s series such as Miami Vice and General Hospital. Clue number 5. This wrestler became a manager in 1985, guiding talent such as the Magnificent Morocco, Demolition, Yokozuna, and the Powers of Pain. He still relied on a handful of salt to the eyes as a foreign object, but he also added a cane to his arsenal. Who's that wrestler? Who is Mr. Fuji? Question 3. Medium. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born in Montreal, Quebec on January 19th, 1941. He debuted in wrestling around 1958, competing in Montreal before finding success in the Pacific Northwest Territory. Clue number 2. This wrestler and Ray Stevens formed the legendary tag team known as the Blonde Bombers. Clue number 3. This wrestler also served as a color commentator in the WWF, occasionally stepping into the ring. This wrestler feuded with Sergeant Slaughter, leading to a famous alley fight in Madison Square Garden. Clue number 4. This wrestler created the Royal Rumble. Clue number 5. This wrestler was the first Intercontinental Champion in the WWF. Who's that wrestler? Who is Pat Patterson? Question 4. Medium. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on March 24th, 1982 in Fargo, North Dakota. He played football and competed in wrestling at the University of Oklahoma. He was named All-American for his amateur wrestling exploits. Clue number 2. This wrestler debuted on the WWE's main roster in 2008, competing in its version of ECW. He began feuding with Tommy Dreamer and later Matt Hardy. This wrestler defeated Hardy for the ECW Championship in 2009. Clue number 3. This wrestler won the 2010 Money in the Bank ladder match. This wrestler cashed in his briefcase on Chris Jericho, winning the World Heavyweight Championship. Clue number 4. This wrestler would join All Elite Wrestling in 2019 as a member of Chris Jericho's faction, the Inner Circle. This wrestler also competed in Bellator MMA. Clue number 5. This wrestler was nicknamed the All-American American and at one point in the WWE was managed by Zeb Coulter, aka Dutch Mantel. Who's that wrestler? Who is Jack Swagger, aka Jake Hager? Question 5. Hard. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on May 16th, 1941 in Puerto Rico. His family moved to New York City's Little Italy section, and he attended pro wrestling shows at Madison Square Garden with his mom. He went to work in the WWF, competing there for decades. Clue number 2. Although this wrestler was known for his long run in the WWF and the WWF, he also competed in Gene LaBelle's NWA Hollywood Wrestling from 1976 to 1978. There, this wrestler competed as Arabian Wildman Java Rook. Clue number 3. This wrestler wanted to use the name Johnny Rodriguez, but was talked out of it by Arnold Skoland. Clue number 4. This wrestler's decades of work in the WWF and WWF earned him a spot in the 1996 WWF Hall of Fame class. He was inducted by Arnold Skoland. Clue number 5. This wrestler would later train aspiring wrestlers, including Taz, Tommy Dreamer, and Devon Dudley. This wrestler was nicknamed Unpredictable. Who's that wrestler? Who is Johnny Rodz? Question 6. Hard. Clue number 1. This wrestler was born on February 20th, 1943 in Yokohama, Japan. He would become an international wrestling star as well as a Japanese politician. Clue number 2. This wrestler began competing in Japan Pro Wrestling Alliance, JWA. There, the wrestler teamed with Giant Baba, winning the NWA International Tag Team Championship multiple times. This wrestler and Baba would later become business competitors. Clue number 3. This wrestler's failed takeover of JWA led to him being fired. This led to him founding the promotion New Japan Pro Wrestling. Clue number 4. This wrestler famously fought Muhammad Ali in 1976 in a wrestler versus boxer match. Clue number 5. This wrestler's stage name was inspired by Antonino Baraka. This wrestler would defeat Bob Backlund for the WWF Championship in Japan in 1980, but the title change was not recognized. Who's that wrestler? Who is Antonio Inoki? Question 7. Ridiculous. Clue number 1. This second-generation wrestler was born on May 28, 1958, in Amarillo, Texas. This wrestler was trained by Bob Root, Tully Blanchard, as well as by his famous father. Clue number 2. This wrestler debuted in 1976. One of the promotions this wrestler competed in was Angelo Poffo's International Championship Wrestling. There, this wrestler held the ICW Southeastern Tag Team Championship with Bob Orton Jr. Clue number 3. This wrestler worked in Calgary Stampede Wrestling under a mask as the Zodiac, a name occasionally used by his famous father during his career. Clue number 4. This wrestler worked as enhancement talent in the WWF in the 1980s, occasionally teaming with Moondog Spot. Clue number 5. This wrestler eventually shortened his famous last name to one letter in the WWF. O. Who's that wrestler? Who is Barry Orton, aka Barry O? Time for the wild card. Do you dare to play the wild card? Remember, the wild card play is optional. This week's wild card category: Ricky Steamboat. Difficulty: medium. What year did Ricky Steamboat defeat Nature Boy Ric Flair for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship? 1. 1986. 2. 1988. 3. 1989. 4. 1990. The answer is 3. 1989. Now it's time to add up your score. Let's have the coach tell you how you did. Coach?
How'd you do? No points. You set up the ring. While you're at it, sweep up the gym. 1 to 5 points. You're a wrestling school student. 6 to 10 points. You're a local talent, or what I like to call a bum. 11 to 15 points. You're a jobber to the stars. 16 to 20 points. You're a mid-card talent. 21 to 25 points. You're an upper-card talent. 26 to 30 points. You're a main eventer. 31 to 34 points. You're the undisputed world champion. 35 points. You're a living legend. While you're at it, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Wrestling's greatest moments, the channel that celebrates the squared circle.